This program is brought to you by generous donations from the community and sponsored by Stiefel Financial.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Lynn Forbes.
And I'm Paul Haas, and you're watching Nevada County Now.
Coming up tonight, a celebration of science and community, a look at one of Grass Valley's wildest bike races, and highlights from Armed Forces Day at Nevada County Airport.
We'll also meet with local cycling advocates and get an update from Caltrans on the highway projects impacting drivers across the region. Don't go away. We'll take a short sponsor break and be right back.
Thank you to Stiefel Financial, proudly helping individuals pursue financial goals, businesses and organizations raise and protect capital, and communities offer higher quality of life. To learn more, visit www.stiefel.com.
The Sierra Streams Institute is a local watershed monitoring, research, and restoration group and is an important voice in the regional scientific community. This year, they launched a new event, the Sierra Streams Fest. It was held on May 16th, and it was a free, family-friendly event. This was to celebrate their 30th anniversary. The fest focused on the connection between art, science, and our community. There were opportunities to engage in hands-on activities and discussions around the science of where we live. Attendees learned about a holistic approach to environmental science, watershed monitoring, and forest ecology. They learned how science keeps our community healthy and how programs such as bug monitoring and stream studies connect kids to nature. Check out all that Sierra Streams brings to our community at sierrastreamsinstitute.org. And this last weekend, many in the community were out at the Nevada County Airport celebrating the contributions of our military personnel at Nevada County Armed Forces Day. This is Nevada County's largest celebration honoring the men and women of the United States Armed Forces. The Nevada County Now team was there capturing all the fun.
I'm Annie Burlingham.
And I'm Chris Quant.
And today on Nevada County's Now on the Streets, we're at Armed Forces Day at the Nevada County Airport.
What's the organization that you both represent today?
Nevada County Veteran Services Office.
We assist Nevada County veterans to get benefits, VA benefits, healthcare benefits. Sometimes we connect them with county services as well.
We're the Vietnam Veterans of America, the Nevada County chapter, Chapter 535. We're basically an advocacy group for Vietnam veterans and for all veterans.
My name is Maurice Johnson. I am part of the VA Northern California healthcare system. The section right here is focused on women veterans for those who want to get in tune with the different services that are available to them as well.
Now, your father was at Pearl Harbor, is that correct?
My father was at Pearl Harbor, and he was a tech sergeant. 10 days later, they dug him up with a big old caterpillar. They didn't think he was going to survive, so they put him on a boat. And he did. He survived all the way to 10 days to get to Long Beach.
All right, that's a wrap on today's On the Streets. We got to see a lot of fantastic stuff today.
Absolutely. We talked to a lot of veterans, all the Veterans Affairs booths that are out here helping out veterans. Real important part of the community.
Lots of advocacy on behalf of those who've served and those needing these different resources.
We'll see you next time.
May is Bike Month, and we're starting it off with an event that you may not know. May is Bike Month, and we're starting it off with an event that you may not know about, the TDS Enduro. This is an exclusive, invitation-only 2-day mountain bike race held annually in Grass Valley. It's known for its raw, technical trails and high-energy atmosphere. The event features more than 12 stages, combining elite-level competition with party-in-the-woods culture. It's considered a premier rider-driven grassroots-style event, often called a bucket list race. Our Nevada County Now team hit the trails to check it out.
Hi, I'm Annie Burlingham with Nevada County Now, and in today's segment of On the Streets, we're here at the TDS Mountain Bike Enduro Races. This is the 14th annual event.
TDS is the Dirty Sanchez Enduro, which is inappropriate. That's why we call it TDS now. Back in the day we started this thing, it was really kind of 18 guys getting drunk in the woods, riding mountain bikes. And then we became a little more corporate as the organic growth of the event happened.
That's a wrap for this segment of On the Streets. Thanks for joining us. If you want to learn more, go to tdsenduro.com and come out next year. Fun for the whole family.
Don't go away. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be right back in Studio A with some special guests.
In the heart of Nevada County, the Rotary Club of Grass Valley is making a difference. One project, one person at a time. Rotary believes in the power of service and is dedicated to improving the community through hands-on projects, educational initiatives, and global outreach. Join an organization that creates positive change, whether you're giving your time, your talents, or your heart. Together, they make our community a better place for all. Rotary Club of Grass Valley, people of action. Become part of something bigger today. Visit rotarygv.org for details.
So as you can see, we're mixing it up today, and we're in Studio A freeform with the guys from BONC, and that's the Bicyclists, of Nevada County. And here to chat with us about BONC is Kell McKenzie, who's head of this group and a couple of other important groups, biking groups in the community. Welcome, Kell.
Hey, thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about BONC. How long have you been together? What are your goals? What's going on in 2026 for BONC?
So BONC has been around for, 15 years or more. Bicyclists of Nevada County. It's a volunteer-based organization that has been building and maintaining and repairing and creating trails and riding opportunities for bicyclists all over Nevada County. We're responsible for trails everywhere from Grouse Ridge to the South Yuba, all the way along the Highway 20 corridor. Yeah. We have projects here in town that we're working with the city of Grass Valley for the Loma Rica area. Lots of new trails, lots of existing trails, and we're kind of creating a up-and-coming trail network that's one of the biggest kind of like up-and-coming trail networks in California.
Wow.
Lots of people coming from out of town to experience and enjoy our trails. We've been lucky to have partners in the land, from the Forest Service, from other land organization, land managers that are willing to allow us to, do some things that aren't as typical in California, creating some bike-only trails, some downhill-only trails, which is really great and really brings people in because that's like a thing that people are looking for and it's been hard to find. And we also create trails that are multi-use and work on trails that are multi-use. And we've been trying to figure out ways to make sure that we are creating trails that everyone can enjoy. So in some cases, that's creating a multi-use trail. In some cases, that's creating like bike-specific trails in a bike-specific zone so that the multi-use trails aren't overcrowded by one user group. Right. So hikers, equestrians, and cyclists can all find places to recreate and, have a good time and enjoy their experience.
And do the trails are some trails more conducive to more experienced riders and some trails are okay for beginners? How does that work?
Certainly. So there's typically a trail rating, guide, kind of like skiing. So we have green circle square trails for beginners and a blue square, black diamond, and we have been building trails on the full spectrum.
Yeah, awesome.
And then in regards to the high school team, you also coach the high school team. These are some of your young riders. Do you want to introduce who they are?
Yeah, sure. So I'm the head coach of the Miners MTB, which is a NICA-based high school mountain bike team with a cross-country modality. Typically, NICA is a nationwide league, and we are a composite team of all the high schools and middle schools in the area here, Nevada County. So behind me is Rowan, who's one of our middle school riders, as a junior development team. We've got Zane, who is a high school rider, been with the team for many years. Dalton is a middle school rider who races and trains with the high school because he's just that crazy fast at his age. All awesome kids, and hopefully they have some fun things to say about the team.
And then, can I talk to Rowan for a second? Rowan, step on up here. So you're a middle school student racing with high school students.
Yes, I am.
And so how does that feel when you're out in these competitions?
Well, it's a lot of fun because it's riding with the bigger kids, and it's more funner because you have people that are more experienced, and they kind of explain to you how all the fundamentals work and teach you how to do certain stuff, and yeah.
Okay. And before we moved over to this studio, we were doing a story on the local race, the TDS. Is that a race that you've ridden in before, or is that something that you aspire to? And how does it differ from the courses that you ride right now?
I have not raced in one of the TDS races, but I do want to race in those. But different from the ones that we ride is ours are shorter, and they're, how do I say this? But sorry, they're less hardworking, and
you're training on them basically, right? Mm-hmm. That makes sense. That makes sense.
But the TDS is, I think it's a bit longer and just a bit harder. But yeah, so I do want to ride TDS. That would be a fun thing to do.
What's the hardest thing that you've ever done in regards to racing on a mountain bike?
Probably trying to beat all the other kids,
That's a good answer.
Yep.
Get up in the front, don't get left behind. I don't know. Stuff like that.
How about flying off of cliffs or jumping over logs or anything like that?
No jumping off cliffs, unfortunately. But jumping over logs sometimes, yeah, that's pretty fun.
I was fortunate enough to be out at the TDS a few years ago and watch these guys come down, and it literally looked like they were jumping off.
That sounds terrifying to me. Come on up. Who do we have here?
I'm Zane Chambers.
Hey, Zane. So you've been riding with these guys with the group for a while, right? So
this is my third year on the team.
Okay, awesome. And what's your favorite trail to ride? What's your favorite thing about the group?
My favorite trail that we ride usually is Sawtooth. It's out near Banner Mountain.
Mhm.
Super fun.
Yeah. How often do you ride? How often do you go out on the trails?
We do practices 3 times a week. We have a Monday, a Wednesday, and then longer rides on Saturdays.
Yeah.
So on Saturdays, we'll do like 40-mile rides.
Wow. Can I tell you, the last time I was on a bike, I almost killed 2 people. So I was, it was on pavement too. It wasn't even on a trail. So you don't want me anywhere near you on the trail, I can tell you. Come on up.
I'm Dalton Engel.
Hey, Dalton. Did you want to talk to Dalton?
So, Dalton, how long have you been racing?
I've been racing since 4th grade. I joined a high school team in 6th grade, and that was just a great experience.
And what is the most exciting part about trail riding for you?
Honestly, it's riding with more people. You get to meet so many people, and you just get to have such a fun time meeting people and being excited with people, getting people to hit new features if you've hit in. It's so awesome.
And Kell, I understand that you have some other events that you wanted to talk about?
Sure. And I'd also just like to point out that Dalton has won pretty much almost every race that he was in this year and was the state champion for the 8th grade boys for all of Northern Central California.
Wow. Congratulations.
So very impressive feet there.
Very impressive and very humble that you didn't, that's not the first thing you brought up.
Yes, exactly.
When I questioned you.
Good job. Representing Nevada County. Awesome.
Yeah. Some of the other events and things that I wanted to mention, I just want to make sure that people are aware that BONC exists. We are a growing organization. Our membership is has been growing. So I was hired in January as a trails coordinator, someone to work full time on the trails, to do some outreach and things like this. For the last 14, 15 years before that, we were only volunteer based. So bringing someone on to work full time is a big step for BONC. And it means, more things that we have to pay for, more things that we need to do to keep growing. But I think it's an important step to grow the organization. So making sure that local people know what we do and that they can become part of it by going to bonc.org, and that's bonc.org, and becoming a member, signing up for our newsletter, finding out when we have volunteer work days and things like that. If they want to support us financially, that's awesome too. But just growing our numbers of members is very important to us right now.
And you brought in 3 fine young men. Are you open to having women on the program as well?
Oh, of course. And thank you for asking that. That's super important. And I know we brought 3 young men here for the minors. We also have some really skilled young women who are on the team. It's been one of our goals to get our numbers on the team to at least 25% of women racers, young women racers. And we're getting really close to that. And we've had some new women come on the team this year that have done phenomenally in their races, have, dominated. Our female varsity racer was 3rd overall for the season for the whole league. We've got a new freshman racer who's won every race she's been in this year. And so we have a lot of strength on both sides. Mountain biking is fun for men, for women, for adults, for children. When I'm out on the trails during the weekday doing my trail work, I get to see the diversity of the people that make it out there. On the weekends, there's a lot of young shredders and people that come from other places to ride. But on the weekdays in the middle of the week, the number of retirees, retiree men, retiree women is incredible. It's, you wouldn't think that there's so many people in their 50s and 60s and 70s, maybe even older out there enjoying the trails, but there really are. So from the youngest to the oldest, men and women, hopefully there's something for everyone in mountain biking, and we want to create the green trails, the blue trails, the black diamond trails, something for everyone.
Right. Fantastic. Really, really interesting. Lots of fun. Thank you for joining us.
Sure. I just also wanted
One
to
more
say,
thing?
yeah, sorry to cut you off, that there are some other local events. There's another organization, which this is going to be a little confusing.
Okay.
It's Youth Bicyclists of Nevada County. So it's YBONC. And they host a number of mountain bike races here locally. There's one up on Highway 20 on the Hoot Trail. They have one also at TDS, where the TDS race is like an enduro, more of a downhill extreme race. This is similar to what we do with the minors, a cross country race. So it's more endurance based. And then there's one at Scotts Flat Lake later in October. So those can be, and information for those can be found at ybonc.org. And so I just wanted to make sure everyone knows that happens, because that's a great thing to come out and spectate or to try your hand at racing if you've been mountain biking and you want to see where you stack up or have fun with a larger community and meet more people. I just wanted to make sure people know there's road events, there's mountain events, there's, we have an event later in the year called Heart of Gold Gravel Race, which is a gravel race that goes out on the gravel roads, crosses the Yuba and comes back. That's like 100-mile day. Wow. With great aid stations and lots of people out there having fun. So there's so much bicycle based events here in Nevada County. And I just wanted to share the fun and the stoke I have for all those, and that we all have for all those.
Yeah. That's fantastic. It's really great to have you guys as part of the community. Thank you so much. Good luck and have fun and be safe, of course, right?
Well, thank you all.
Thanks, Kell. We're happy to have you. Okay, we're going to take a short commercial break and we'll be right back.
When you hear California Wine Trail, the first thing that probably comes to mind is Napa Valley or Sonoma. But what if I told you there's a hidden treasure right in your backyard? A place where award-winning wines meet breathtaking views, an experience you simply can't miss. On this trail, you'll savor wines that have earned their place among the best and discover rare, one-of-a-kind varieties you might never have heard of. Each sip is a story, crafted to surprise and delight. Between each winery, the scenery will take your breath away. Rolling hills, blooming trees, sparkling streams, and wildflowers paint the landscape. The Sierra Foothills American Viticultural Area was established in 1987. It holds a history as rich as its wines. During the California Gold Rush, pioneers planted the region's first grapevines, starting a tradition that thrives to this day. So, if you're ready to discover unforgettable wines, stunning views, and a little piece of California's history, this is the excursion you've been waiting for.
What did you think of those young men?
Oh, they are outstanding young individuals, and as team members, they seem that they already are working together, even though it's not necessarily a team sport. And their coach was so enthusiastic.
Yeah, really articulate and passionate about what he's doing and for the kids. So those boys were from little sixth grader? Well, little sixth grader. He was taller than me.
Big young men.
to the high schoolers. So, boy, if I had my kids were that age again, I'd sure want them out there with Kell.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, what a good way to spend some time when you're a youngin'.
A great, healthy physical activity.
Exactly. All right, Paul, good job for doing Studio A for the first time. We'll get it. Don't go away. We'll take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Looking for a way to connect with nature and protect the land you love? Bear Yuba Land Trust is your partner in preserving the beautiful landscapes of Nevada County. Whether it's hiking, volunteering, or supporting conservation efforts, your involvement makes a difference. Together, they're maintaining over 26,000 acres and over 55 miles of trails of stunning wilderness safe for wildlife, for future generations, and for you. Join the Bear Yuba Land Trust today. Visit bylt.org to learn more. Let's protect what makes this place so special. Bear Yuba Land Trust. Protecting the land, preserving the future.
Nonprofits are so often the quiet heroes in our communities. They include responding to disasters, delivering meals to seniors, taking on food insecurity, and delivering those essential services that keep our community strong. A day of celebration is certainly in order. Each year, the state designates a day of recognition for the hardworking nonprofits serving communities. Today, May 20th, is that day this year. So hats off to all the hardworking individuals that help make our community and state an amazing place. Nevada County is filled with so many hidden gems, and this next story is all about uncovering them.
We're getting ready to take a tour with an Economic Resource Council. They have an all-day bus tour, and we're going to be visiting 5 different businesses. I'm here with Morgan Biershank, and we're at the GeoShip prototype.
This is really a transformation of how we build homes and communities.
I'm here with Layla Ingersoll and her mom, Kim, and they are the owners of this wonderful Freedom Print Shop.
I love it, and I think it's really fun.
I'm here with Amanda Parrish, and we're at the
California College of Ayurveda. We train practitioners all over the world, and so they work with the public to help them with all sorts of different health conditions.
Hi, Josh. This is quite the place.
Thank you. We love it. We've been in this building for 9 years. I've been building cabinets in the county for 48 years.
Wow. And I'm here with Erin Bassi, and she's General Manager of Alpine Aviation and
avionics technician and charter pilot. We're a flight school, so we do everything from private pilot up through commercial. We do instrument training. We have a tailwheel aerobatic airplane. And then we also work on planes, so we're a maintenance shop. We're an FAA certified repair center.
Nevada County is currently in one big construction zone. To keep crews safe, automated speed enforcement systems and active highway work zones have been installed. These cameras activate only when construction crews are present, with the goal of protecting workers from drivers who ignore reduced speed limits in construction areas. So, slowing down will allow our crews to work safely and avoid a ticket. Please slow down. Don't go away. We'll take a short commercial break and be right back with tonight's guest, who will continue the discussion about all of our road construction.
In the heart of California's Sierra Nevada foothills, Nevada County isn't just a place to live, it's a community to thrive in. At the Nevada County Economic Resource Council, we're committed to supporting our local businesses, fostering innovation, and creating opportunities for entrepreneurs to grow. Whether you're starting a new venture or expanding an existing one, the Nevada County ERC provides the resources, guidance, and connections you need to succeed. Your success, our mission. Join us today and be a part of Nevada County's bright future. Visit ncerc.org and let's grow together.
Tonight's big discussion is about all the highway construction, and boy, is there a bunch of it. Our guest, Jeremy Linder, is with the State Department of Transportation, also known as Caltrans. He is here to chat about the individual projects and to help clarify some questions that have come up. Welcome, Jeremy.
Thank you so much for having me.
I thought for sure you'd be wearing a hard hat.
It's nice to sort of take that off when you're not on the highway.
Yeah.
Not to be the full reflective vest and the safety glasses.
Right.
You have the safety boots on them.
Yeah, okay. I get you. Got it. Good. Boy, everywhere you go, you see one of these guys out there in reflective vests and hard hats. There's a lot of work going on around the county.
There is, and especially this year, a lot of projects have sort of just came together and work is happening pretty fast.
So let me ask you, when at the state level, Caltrans is planning projects for various counties, and you're kind of dialing it in as far as what's happening in any one county, in this case, of course, ours, Nevada County. Do you consider that there are multiple projects happening all at once that kind of might impact people in various parts of the county, or do you just go when the money and the plans are in place?
So definitely something we want to factor in, especially for the public when there's a lot of work going on, especially for an extended period of time. I mean, personally, having been in it myself, farther down in the valley, it gets tiresome after a while when it's day in and day out. So something we try to do, but also be good stewards with the taxpayer money.
Mm-hmm.
We're funded to maintain and build the state highway system. For District 3 in particular, we have 11 counties that we oversee, Nevada County being one of them. And so we try to play that juggling game where we're spending the money wisely. We're doing it in a timely manner and trying to reduce the impact to the public. There's always that fine median that sort of fits all three of those categories.
In this case, in Nevada County's case, 2026, we're into fire season, and with all this construction happening in many different locations here, what if there's a fire and there's construction going on? How are your crews able to, get people safely out? How does that work?
So in an emergency situation, that's something that's always foremost on our minds while we're doing the work to improve the highway. We know that potential is there, especially in areas like Nevada County this time of year, that threat just continues to increase as we get hotter and drier conditions. So we're always monitoring that. We have a great partnership with the National Weather Service, and we keep an eye on red flag warnings, power shutoff events with PG&E, and we just continue to focus on that construction project because that's what we're there to do. But keeping that emergency mindset always in the back of our minds. So we know if something were to spark, immediately our crew has that emergency plan. They're ready to go. They're going to jump into action, which most of the time it's immediately work with the contractor. We're shutting down the project. We're moving equipment that's on the roadway. If there's a lane closure, we're picking that up immediately to allow our partners with law enforcement to do their job.
So the crews are trained, have training in fire. What's the word? Emergency tactics.
Emergency preparedness. And then they know what needs to get done so that those roads are open and available for any evacuation needs and then for any personnel responding to the incident.
Sure, yeah. There would be a lot going on. So my count there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 projects going on. And one has been very apparent to our people up here anyway, going south on 49 with all the trees, and the clearing of all the vegetation on either side of the freeway. It's pretty shocking. It's really shocking, actually, when you drive down 49 and you see how much has come down.
It's one of those for a project of this scale and magnitude of what we're trying to do. Seeing the trees now missing, especially for someone that doesn't maybe drive through the corridor very often. It's going to be quite a shock to them. But there is quite a bit that we need to be doing. So this is a section of the highway that typically was just a 2-lane road. You had one northbound, one southbound lane.
Yeah.
We're now making that much larger. You're going to have 2 lanes in both direction. There's going to be a center 2-way left turn lane. Some intersections are going to have a right turn pocket. So you're going to go from 2 lanes now to potentially a 5-lane section. And anytime you do that type of work, you need that extra right of way. So that's where a lot of the preliminary is happening right now, where we did the clearing. That's the roadway that we're going to be using in the next couple of years. There's utility relocation involved with that. So a lot of the early stages. So it does look a little bit of a mess, like any construction project does. But over the next couple of years, once you start seeing those various stages complete, it's going to start coming more into play, and we'll give a better idea of what it will look like in the long run.
Right, it's ugly now. I actually am quite impressed when I see the clearing, because the evacuation route is that's the main route, and all that vegetation has got to come down anyway.
And that's something that the department and our partners with the Nevada County Transportation Commission have really looked into for the corridor. So for that particular project, State Route 49 Corridor Improvement Project, we're looking to improve the safety, mobility, and operations of that route. That's the main part. The fire benefits for any potential evacuation scenario is just an added plus. By having those extra lanes, that's going to allow law enforcement to be able to do their work necessary and quickly.
Fire personnel. So what is the timeline for that particular project?
So for this project, we just started construction this year.
Yes.
We are looking to complete everything by the end of 2028. So we have about 3 years to go. And of course, being where we are in Nevada County, Mother Nature's going to play into it. So hit the ground running, do as much as we can during the summer, fall months. When it gets a little wet, maybe a little bit of snowfall, depending on what Mother Nature will bring us. We'll have to pause, take a break, and then come back that following spring when it dries out again.
Okay, so that makes sense. That's the biggest project, I think, on the list. What is the next most, largest, I should say, project that's on this list?
So also in construction, a little bit farther to the north on Highway 20 is our capital maintenance. It's a big pavement rehabilitation project. For those that are from the area, they'll probably remember the Omega Curves project that we had on Highway 20 a couple years back. We are now going through that entire stretch. So from Dow Road to the junction of I-80 and bringing that pavement back up to good standings.
Right, because that was kind of a mess there.
Exactly. You see some that are in fair conditions, and we want that smoother, more reliable ride for the public.
You changed some curves and such as well.
That was the big goal of the Omega project, and because of that, it got new pavement. But now there were sections around it that had the old pavement. So it's bringing that entire corridor back up to a level playing field. Plus, there's some drainage work involved. We're adding some maintenance vehicle pullouts so our crews can safely get off the highway when they perform their duties throughout the year. So there's a couple of added benefits for that one.
Okay, all right. And then in addition, we have the Highway 20 pavement and drainage work. Well, that's the one you're talking about, to 80. And then there's the 4920 roundabout additions. What is that one?
So those are projects in their very early stages of development. So probably the big one everyone's talking about right now is right there at the junction of 49 and 20 in Urine Street on the outside of Nevada City. As we start moving forward, we're going to get a better idea of what the project entails, what the alternatives might be. Then we'll go through the environmental phase. So that's in the early initiation document phase. So there's still quite a bit to go for that project. Plus, we're also looking at the other junction of 20 and 49 in Grass Valley. There's a feasibility study going on right now to get the public's input and get an idea of what changes can come in a future project.
So that's where the El Favorito little Mexican restaurant is, right where the overpass and 20 and 49.
Exactly. So, a good thing to see that, for Caltrans as a whole, obviously safety is our top priority. That's where we're always looking at. But there are other things that we're constantly trying to monitor within the highway system to make those improvements. We want to have the best highway for all Californians. And for Nevada County, there's some areas that we know need some improvement, but we'd like to know what the public wants.
So where would people go to be a part of this improvement study?
So for the feasibility study, the best is to go to the Caltrans engagement portal.
Okay.
So if you just simply search those 3 words on Google, it's going to be the first thing that pops up.
Okay.
You'll get a full list of projects statewide, so you'll have to go through the page a little bit, find specifically the 2049 feasibility study.
Okay.
Survey's open till Friday, so that gives
this Friday.
This Friday.
Okay, so we got to get on it.
Get on top of it fast. Let us know your opinions. And again, nothing's going to be decided with the study, but it will help guide us in a future.
And that, so any solution, any possible solution could be years
Eh,
away.
very much so. When it comes to our projects, this is how things get started, and then to go through all the various different steps. I mean, you're talking 6-8 years possibly till construction starts.
So when we talk about the 49 expansion, that was begun 8 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, that was pre-COVID times when we were looking at this. And in particular for that project, we partnered very closely with NCTC on trying to do these improvements.
NCTC is the
Nevada County Transportation Commission. So they're the regional agency that looks at transportation county-wide.
Got it.
Highways being just a small portion of that. So we knew the improvements that we were wanting to do, the goals that they had, and overall we could secure funding for phase 1, which was the northbound improvements. They worked hard to access grants, local funds that they could help secure phase 2 funding. So that's what is allowing us to do both those northbound and southbound improvements at the same time. So that's just years cumulative of work.
Yeah, it's amazing how long it takes, isn't it? So do you have to do regular reports to the Board of Supervisors? How does the accounting go?
So for the highway system, I mean, it's Caltrans right of way. It's ours to maintain. So we definitely will give updates constantly, especially on our website. Anytime, could definitely go to a Board of Supervisors meeting and give them an update and briefing whenever they would like. We're sending out regular traffic alerts, social media posts, trying to keep the public apprised, especially if there's a lane closure that's going to be involved.
Right.
Because that's where the biggest impact will come.
Right. Okay. Well, geez, scrolling forward to 8 years, we may have some really good roadways around here. Who knows?
That's the goal. We're always thinking long term. We know Nevada County, it's growing, and we're trying to make sure that the highway can accommodate that as well.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and perhaps we'll follow through with you again and see how it's going.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Okay, folks, thank you for watching this edition of Nevada County Now, your choice for local news brought to you by locals. We'd love your input about the show, what you would like to see on future shows, or if you would like to be a guest or contribute as a host, writer, or producer. Please email us your ideas and suggestions to news@nevadacountytv.org. And please help us spread the word about Nevada County Now. Together, we can keep our community informed. Until next time, have fun getting out there to explore all our community has to offer, and be safe.